The glittering lights of Hollywood often blind us to the profound human struggles that take place just behind the velvet curtain, where fame and fortune collide with the raw, unpredictable realities of the human heart. For decades, the public has watched the evolution of our most beloved cultural icons, celebrating their triumphs and analyzing their downfalls through the narrow lens of media scrutiny. We see the carefully curated images, the spectacular red carpet appearances, and the seemingly flawless smiles that project an aura of absolute perfection and unshakable confidence. Yet, beneath this dazzling exterior lies a complex tapestry of personal evolution, resilience, and the quiet endurance required to survive the intense pressure of global celebrity. The journey of a true superstar is never a straight line. It is a tumultuous path marked by reinvention, deep reflection, and the constant battle to maintain one's identity while living under the relentless glare of the spotlight. It is within these hidden chapters of a public life that the real story unfolds, a story not just of glamour and success, but of vulnerability, transformation, and the arduous process of rebuilding oneself after the foundations of a seemingly perfect life begin to shift. Before we dive deeper into this fascinating journey of personal transformation, take a moment to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an exclusive update on the stories that shape our world as we observe the shifting landscape of contemporary entertainment. It becomes increasingly clear that the figures who resonate with us the most are those who are willing to step forward and reveal the fractures beneath the surface. The allure of celebrity culture has always been built on a delicate balance between aspiration and relatability. But in recent times, the demand for true authenticity has completely transformed how we view our favorite public figures. We no longer just crave the fantasy of an unblemished existence. Instead, we look for signs of shared humanity, searching for echoes of our own struggles, heartbreaks, and triumphs in the lives of those who seem to have it all. When an icon chooses to pull back the curtain, even just a fraction, it sends a ripple through the entire cultural landscape, forcing us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about their journey. This process of public vulnerability is fraught with risk, as it opens the door to intense speculation and judgment, yet it remains one of the most powerful ways for an artist to forge a genuine, unbreakable bond with an audience that has watched them grow over the course of several decades. This intricate dance between public perception and private reality is precisely what makes the latest chapter of this extraordinary journey so compelling to witness. In recent days, the world has been treated to a striking visual display that seems to signal a bold new era of confidence and self-expression, capturing the attention of millions across the globe. The imagery is undeniable in its power, showcasing a physical and emotional transformation that speaks volumes without uttering a single word, leaving commentators and fans alike mesmerized by the sheer strength on display. It is a masterclass in modern reinvention, a visual statement that commands attention and redefines the narrative surrounding a household name who has spent a lifetime being defined by others. However, as is so often the case in the realm of high-profile entertainment, this stunning display of outward confidence does not exist in a vacuum. It is deeply intertwined with a parallel narrative of profound emotional upheaval and quiet introspection that has been unfolding quietly behind closed doors for months. To truly understand the weight of this current moment, one must look past the immediate brilliance of the surface and begin to explore the quiet undercurrents of change that have been reshaping this artist's world. The public image we see today is the result of a long, deliberate process of internal restructuring, a journey born out of necessity when the familiar structures of life began to dissolve. For a long time, rumors and whispers had circulated within the industry, hinting at significant shifts and quiet challenges that were being navigated far away from the prying eyes of paparazzi cameras. The transition from a structured, long-term partnership to an entirely new way of existing in the world was a monumental challenge for anyone. But when that transition occurs under the microscope of global media attention, the stakes are raised to an almost unimaginable degree. It requires a rare kind of fortitude to balance the responsibilities of family, the demands of a thriving business empire, and the deeply personal process of emotional healing, all while preparing to step back into a spotlight that demands nothing less than absolute perfection. As this captivating narrative begins to take shape, we find ourselves at the threshold of a much larger story about what it truly means to find oneself again after a period of prolonged silence and personal hardship. The visual confidence currently on display is not just a casual assertion of beauty or style, It is a carefully constructed shield and a declaration of independence, hinting at the deep reservoir of strength that has been tapped into over the past several months. The clues have been subtly dropped along the way, left in the quiet spaces between public appearances and embedded within the creative projects that are finally starting to see the light of day. There is an unmistakable sense of anticipation in the air, a feeling that we are on the verge of witnessing a full-scale creative and personal renaissance that will challenge old assumptions and establish a powerful new benchmark for what it means to reclaim one's narrative in the modern age. The upcoming chapters of this unfolding chronicle promise to reveal the exact nature of the catalysts that sparked this dramatic transformation, exploring the deep emotional landscape that informed a return to creative expression. We will examine the delicate balance of navigating a public separation while maintaining a united front for the sake of family, and how the familiar comfort of artistic creation became the ultimate sanctuary during times of immense doubt. This is a story about the power of the stage as a place of healing, where the noise of the world fades away and the truest version of an artist can finally be heard. As the pieces of the puzzle begin to come together, the true depth of this journey will become undeniable, setting the stage for a powerful exploration of heartbreak, resilience, and the ultimate triumph of the human spirit over the adversity of a changing life. The veil of mystery began to lift in a spectacular fashion this week, as the 45-year-old fashion designer and singer made a dramatic and uncompromising return to the public eye. Stepping directly into the spotlight, Jessica Simpson shocked and captivated millions by showcasing a thinner-than-ever frame in a racy new lingerie shoot that instantly set social media ablaze. Modeling a striking floral bra paired with a casual cardigan, the multi-talented star confidently displayed her ample cleavage and a remarkably defined washboard ab structure that left fans marveling at her physical transformation. Flaunting a plump pout and exuding an unshakable aura of absolute self-assurance, the Texas native utilized this risque, high-energy promotional campaign to highlight her latest fashion collection rolling out across Walmart stores nationwide. To the casual observer, the vivid imagery projected a woman at the absolute peak of her powers, completely commanding her business empire and celebrating her body with a level of boldness that few could replicate. Yet this stunning display of physical confidence arrived just days after a profoundly contrasting moment of raw vulnerability, serving as the visual answer to a heartbreaking admission of deep personal suffering that has quietly consumed her life behind the scenes. This dramatic juxtaposition of outward glamour and inner turmoil traces its roots back to October 2023, a dark and pivotal turning point when the trajectory of Jessica's life was fundamentally and permanently altered. Behind the closed doors of her seemingly idyllic world, her second marriage to former professional football player Eric Johnson was quietly fracturing after nearly a decade of official matrimony. For months, the couple navigated a silent and painful estrangement, effectively living separate lives while trying to shield their 3 children from the gathering storm. The emotional weight of this slow collapse was staggering, plunging the mother of 3 into a period of profound grief and disappointment that she kept hidden from the public for over a year. It was a time of immense isolation, during which the safe spaces she had built over 15 years of domestic life seemed to shatter from within. The realization that her long-term partnership was irrevocably broken brought a level of emotional agony that tested her boundaries, forcing her to confront the painful reality of a failed second marriage while maintaining the crushing demands of her global fashion brand and public persona. The public finally received official confirmation of this tectonic shift on January 13, 2025, when Simpson courageously stepped forward to announce her formal separation from Johnson. While the news sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, the timeline revealed that the emotional heavy lifting and actual physical separation had been ongoing since that fateful autumn of 2023. Navigating a public divorce is a notoriously treacherous endeavor, yet despite the deep personal wounds involved, Jessica and Eric made a conscious, mature decision to handle their transition with as much grace as possible. They committed themselves to navigating the complex dissolution of their partnership amicably, entirely for the sake of their beloved children, 14-year-old Maxwell, 12-year-old Ace, and 7-year-old Birdie. This dedicated focus on family stability required an extraordinary amount of discipline, compassion, and restraint, as both parents strove to provide a unified, loving environment amidst the ruins of their romantic union. ensuring their kids felt secure even as their household underwent a permanent transformation. In the wake of this devastating personal upheaval, Jessica found herself searching for a lifeline, a way to process the overwhelming waves of sadness and disillusionment that threatened to pull her under. The answer to her healing did not come from conventional therapy or private retreats, but from a profound return to her original creative roots. After an astonishing 15-year hiatus from the music industry and the concert stage, the artist realized that keeping her voice silent had inadvertently restricted her ability to fully express herself in ways that made the most sense for her life. The pain of her broken marriage became the ultimate catalyst for a massive musical resurrection, driving her back into the recording studio to pour her broken heart into her art. This intense creative reclamation culminated in the production of her deeply personal country music project titled Nashville Canyon. It was during these intense writing sessions that she composed her rawest material, including the poignant track Fade from Nashville Canyon Part 2, which she penned on the exact day her marriage officially reached the point of no return. Through this intense process of artistic rebirth, Jessica discovered that the stage was no longer just a venue for entertainment, but a sacred sanctuary capable of neutralizing her deepest emotional wounds. Writing and performing became a daily act of survival, a deliberate choice to pull herself through the darkness with every ounce of strength, courage, confidence, and compassion she could muster. She began using a powerful daily affirmation to steady her trembling heart, constantly repeating the words that home is a feeling, not a physical place. By translating this mantra into her music, she unlocked a mechanism to free herself from the heavy pain of disappointment every single time she was blessed enough to step under the bright performance lights. The stage effectively transformed into her true home, a space where the noise of tabloid speculation, legal separations, and personal heartbreak faded into absolute nothingness, replaced entirely by a powerful, healing connection with the audiences who had supported her since the earliest days of her youth. The sheer intensity of this comeback tour has allowed the former reality television star to experience a profound sense of mutual resurrection alongside her dedicated fanbase. Jessica candidly shared that each and every individual who attends her concerts has played an indispensable role in her complex journey through both immense pain and triumphant joy. After 15 long years away from live performance, she expressed a deep, overwhelming gratitude for the audiences who have accepted her exactly as she is, providing a level of unconditional love and validation that she felt was missing from her private life. For Simpson, there is no greater earthly achievement than to be able to stand completely exposed, vulnerably singing, and chatting with crowds finally seen and experienced as her authentic self. This powerful emotional exchange has effectively resurrected her sense of purpose, turning her summer concert tour into an inspiring, real-world celebration of survival, where the celebration of her new Walmart fashion line and the raw performance of her heartbreaking music blend into a single cohesive statement of absolute triumph over adversity. The profound reclamation of her artistry on the live stage marks the definitive beginning of an entirely new era for Jessica Simpson, a chapter defined not by the shadow of what she lost, but by the brilliant light of what she has chosen to rebuild. To look at her today, commanding crowds in Pennsylvania, New York, and Ohio, is to witness a woman who has successfully integrated the scattered fragments of her life into a cohesive blueprint for long-term survival. The journey from a devastated wife retreating into the shadows of a broken home to a vibrant chart-topping performer and billionaire fashion mogul is a testament to the enduring power of self-belief. It reminds us that the true measure of an icon is not found in how flawlessly they maintain a perfect image, but in how gracefully they pick up the pieces when that image shatters. By merging her creative passions with her business ventures, she has created an unstoppable momentum, showing her vast audience that it is entirely possible to transform personal tragedy into a platform for unmatched empowerment and commercial triumph. This remarkable professional renaissance has fundamentally rewritten her relationship with the world, shifting the narrative away from public pity and focusing it squarely on her incredible resilience. When she interacts with her dedicated fans during intensive meet-and-greet sessions across the country, she isn't just promoting a brand. She is actively sharing a message of survival with thousands of people who see their own struggles reflected in her journey. Her latest commercial partnership with Walmart, featuring a vibrant collection that she proudly describes as summer concert ready, serves as a tangible extension of this newfound freedom. The clothing itself reflects her current state of mind, characterized by bold patterns, liberating silhouettes, and a sense of effortless confidence that encourages everyday women to embrace their own skin. By asking her followers to tag her in their favorite looks and come say hello at her shows, Jessica has effectively broken down the traditional walls that separate a global superstar from her audience, creating a vast, supportive community rooted in mutual respect and shared human experiences. At the absolute center of this triumphant return is her deep, unwavering commitment to her 3 children, who remain the primary anchor and the true north of her entire existence. Throughout the incredibly painful process of finalizing her separation from Eric Johnson, Jessica has consistently prioritized the emotional well-being of Maxwell, Ace, and Birdie, demonstrating that a family does not disappear when a marriage ends. Instead, it evolves into something different. By maintaining a fiercely protective and amicable relationship with her former partner for the sake of their co-parenting dynamic, she is teaching her children invaluable lessons about maturity, forgiveness, and unconditional love. They are watching their mother navigate one of life's most devastating storms with unmatched dignity, showing them that while heartbreak is an inevitable part of the human experience, it never has the power to permanently define who you are or limit what you can achieve. The stability and happiness of her kids stand as her absolute proudest achievement, far outshining any gold record, sold-out arena, or multi-million-dollar retail milestone as the echoes of her latest musical notes linger in the air. The entertainment industry is already buzzing with intense anticipation regarding what this remarkably resilient artist will conquer next. Insiders have recently confirmed that Simpson is quietly working on a massive new project that will be revealed to the public very soon, hinting that her creative renaissance is only in its opening acts. Whether this mysterious venture involves a deeply intimate documentary, a revealing new memoir, or an even more expansive television production, one thing remains absolutely certain: it will be delivered on her own strict terms, carrying the unmistakable hallmark of her raw, unfiltered truth. She has completely broken free from the restrictive expectations that once bound her to a specific mold, stepping fully into her identity as an independent woman, an astute entrepreneur, and a profoundly gifted storyteller who refuses to let anyone else write the script of her life. The story of Jessica Simpson is ultimately a powerful reminder that our darkest moments often serve as the necessary soil for our most spectacular growth. It teaches us that when our safe places crumble and our hearts are broken from the inside, we possess the internal power to create a new sense of home within ourselves, independent of external locations or relationships. The pain of yesterday has officially become the fuel for her triumphs today, transformed through the magic of music and the unshakable bond she shares with millions of people around the world. As she continues to grace stages across the nation, showcasing her hard-earned strength, her incredible physique, and her beautifully vulnerable voice, she stands as a radiant beacon of hope for anyone struggling to find their way through the ruins of a shattered dream. The curtain has risen on the truest, most powerful version of Jessica Simpson, and the world is watching in absolute awe as she boldly steps forward to claim the brilliant future she so richly deserves.